We are the Mersey Morris Men. So we were formed about 80 years ago as Liverpool Morris Men, and then 60 years ago Wirral Morris Men were formed. Both sides about 50 years ago were running out of numbers, so they amalgamated. Liverpool and Wirral became Mersey Morris Men.
Well, yeah, the costume, we've got a merger here. This badge represents the merger. We've got the liver bird, but instead of the frond of seaweed that he's usually depicted as holding, he's actually holding the Wirral horn, and this is the emblem of the Royal Forester of Wirral. So we brought the two together to symbolise the coming together of the two sides in 1960.
Morris dancing is supposed to be, 100 years ago when it was collected, it was said it's danced by vigorous young men. Our age groups now tend to be 50s. We've got a son who's 30, a couple of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, but mainly 60-year-olds, because we've all grown older with it. No youngsters are coming into the dancing. Some sides around the country do have a lot of youngsters, but we've not attracted any youngsters as yet.
The oldest member of the side, who still dances occasionally, he's just turned 80, and the youngest is in his late 20s. So it's a good range of ages.
There's various sorts of Morris dancing. There's what we do is Cotswold, which is with handkerchiefs and sticks, set patterns. These were collected from the different villages in Oxfordshire about over 100 years ago. So they're all collected, the tunes noted down, which generally were popular music tunes of the day. But the dances were specific to each village. So you've got Adderbury, Bledington, Leafield, Fieldtown. So I said Adderbury. That's Cotswold Morris dancing. You get longsword dancing from Yorkshire. You get rapper sword dancing. That's about 200 years old, and that's from the northeast of England. We may do some of that tonight. So you may see some rapper dancing tonight. It's a lot different from the Morris dancing that we do, that Mersey do, but it's have an offshoot called Scally Rapper. And then there's Border Morris, which is between the borders of England and Wales. That tends to be less organised and more noisy. And then you've got Molly dancing, which is blackened up faces to disguise the people, because they would go at the turn of the year when the ploughboys had no wages. They take their plough out and on Plough Monday and go around collecting money and food from the landlords, the landowners, and if the owners didn't give them the food or money, they would plough up the drive. And this is the days before tarmac roads.
We also dance with sticks, as you'll have seen today, and again, it's possibly a variation on dancing with swords, but not quite as dangerous, although it can be. Also there's a theory that it's banging the sticks, clashing the sticks together, and waving the handkerchiefs come to that, and ringing the bells and shouting is all to do with either scaring away evil spirits or possibly waking up the ground in the spring to make sure everything grows and is in its proper place. Some sides wear hats, some sides don't wear hats, some sides that wear hats wear bowlers, some wear top hats, some wear all sorts of things. So
we don't wear clogs.
We don't wear clogs. No, we're not a clog dancing side, but there are Morris sides that specialise in the clog variety of Morris dancing, which is predominantly, funnily enough, in this area, Lancashire, Cheshire, and related counties.
It's not a ritual dance. It was danced at church fairs, Whitsuntide, for about 500 or 600 years. The first mentions in about 1458, when somebody left a goblet in a will that had Morris dancers on it, and that's the first recording of Morris dancing.